Hello and welcome back. Today I am very excited. The Mariners continue to win against rivals for the wild card race. We're not in it yet, but we're moving in the right direction. So I'm pulling for the M's to make the wild card this year. And hopefully, if you follow the Marlins or the Diamondbacks, I know they lost last night, but hopefully they're headed in the right direction as well. In any case, I'm going to do another Immaculate Grid. I wasn't sure if I was going to record today, but looking at the grid, I don't know. There is an outside chance I might get this one, but we'll see. All right, let's get started. All right, here we go. We have the Pods, Nationals, A's, Dodgers, and Braves, along with a 40 home run season for a member of the Nationals, Dodgers, or Atlanta Braves. So let's see, starting out here. I'm going to start out with San Diego and Atlanta. Now, yesterday I had a chance to use Gaylord Perry, which isn't a surprise. He's played for lots of teams. I think he's going to fit for San Diego and Atlanta as well. What I know he played for the Braves for a short period of time, and I'm pretty sure the Padres. Now, the memory that I'm drawing from is a little sketchy, but I remember when he played in an old timers game. Like back in the '80s, they would have the old timers dress up in the uniform of the current day team. Well, Gaylord Perry, which team would he pick? There were like 7 or 8. So his jersey had about 6 teams running down one end and a couple of teams running down like the left side. So and I seem to remember that one of those teams was the Padres. So we'll see how Gaylord Perry does here. Here we go, 0.9%. Yeah, and of course, Gaylord Perry's best years were probably with the Indians. He won the Cy Young one year with them. So these weren't Perry's prime years necessarily, but he did pitch for them. All right. See, well, San Diego, Washington, I mean, there's some big names there. Nelly Cruz will probably draw a fair amount. Soto, right? Juan Soto, that's probably going to draw a large amount as well. Yeah, so I could fall back on those. I feel like I had a different player there, but we'll come back to that. Okay, so this is one again that I think is correct for Washington and the A's. I mentioned him a couple days ago. Orlando Mercado. He was a backup catcher, played for about 8 years, played for about as many teams, hit 16 home runs, I believe, over the course of those 8 seasons. So, in that sense, a very unremarkable career. But I am repeating myself, so forgive me. But Mercado's one of Mercado's claims to fame in terms of baseball history was his first major league hit with the Mariners was a grand slam home run, and now his bat's in Cooperstown. So, and I know he played for Montreal. The A's, that's the one I'm a little unsure about. Orlando Mercado. Let's see if that works. That works. 0.002%. Yes. All right. Okay, so where do we go now? Let's see, the Padres Dodgers. So Steve Garvey, I imagine, will get a fair number here. He played for the Padres, I think, in their NLCS team when they lost to, or when they beat the Cubs, actually, and then lost to the Tigers in the World Series. And of course, he was mainly known as a Dodger. Manny Machado is going to pull a lot, I'd have to think. Yeah. Oh, I know. It's Fernando Valenzuela. I'm pretty sure this is correct. So obviously Fernando was known for his time as a Dodger. That's when Fernando Mania was a thing, right? But late in his career, Valenzuela kicked around, I think, all the Southern California teams, including the California Angels. So let's see if Valenzuela fits. There we go, 0.8%, Nando. Okay, so the Dodgers and the A's. Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of folks that fit here as well. This one, I'm going to go with Davey Lopes, and I'm like almost 100% sure that he played for both teams. In any case, this is one that's not going to go for under 1%. I mean, I imagine we'll be somewhere around the double digits if this is accurate. Oh, 1%. Wow. Okay. Anyways, Davey Lopes was a pretty good second baseman, a lot of speed, some power. So, desirable quantity back in the 70s and 80s. All right. So let's see. For the A's and the Braves, Dave Justice, that's rock solid. I feel like one of the members of the A's that played with the Bash brothers that was a little further down in the order also played for the Braves. I'm thinking Walt Weiss played for both teams, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Depending on how I do, I may come back and take a flyer on Walt Weiss. Let's see, for the Braves, 40 plus home runs. Hank Aaron will certainly get a lot. Imagine Eddie Matthews will get quite a few as well. I don't remember if like Dave Justice, for example, had a 40 home run year, or I seem to remember like Jermaine Dye had a year where he really muscled up. I don't remember if that was 40 home runs either. Chipper Jones probably hit 40 home runs at some time. If he did, that's going to be a high percentage one. Dale Murphy, right? That's probably going to draw some numbers too. But yeah, I'm going to do Dale Murphy anyways. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the people who fell at the puzzle, their memory does go back, to the 80s and beyond. But I'm just kind of curious how popular the quintessential Atlanta Brave of the 80s was or is currently. 4%. I would have expected higher, but there's probably lots of choices there. And again, Hank Aaron's probably drawn a lot of that. All right. So Dodgers 40 home runs. Yeah, again, there's a lot to choose from here. Duke Snider will get a lot. Piazza, I'm sure, will get quite a few. I don't remember if like Manny Ramirez hit 40 home runs when he was with the Dodgers. But I'm thinking right now, I can't remember if Roy Campanella, I would think that Roy Campanella had hit 40 home runs at some point, so that might be the person I go with. And then there's other kind of like next tier players that were really good for the Brooklyn/Los Angeles Dodgers, people like Carl Furillo and Zach Wheat. I wouldn't be surprised if they were on the 40 home run list, but again, not sure. I'm going to go ahead and we'll go with Roy Campanella, and I imagine that this is not going to be super rare, but we'll see first if he's hit 40 home runs and then what the percentage is. 2%. Okay. And then, yeah, I'm going to go check that list to see if like Zach Wheat and Carl Furillo are there. Washington 40 home runs. Okay. Now, I know Rendon had that one good year. I don't remember if he hit 40 home runs, though. Bryce Harper was probably there. That if that's true, then that would get a lot. I'm not so sure about Andre Dawson. Certainly wouldn't surprise me if he had 40 home runs, but that would be somebody who I might take a guess on. Larry Walker. I imagine Larry Walker hit 40 home runs at some point when he was with the Expos. So, yeah, and then of course that would draw quite a bit. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a flyer on the Hawk. See if Dawson did it. Nope. Okay. Well, there goes the grid. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and take the flyer on Walt Weiss. I'm just kind of curious if my memory here is accurate or if I'm just making stuff up, which sometimes I do. Walt Weiss, 2%. Okay. Not ready for the old folks home yet, right? Okay. But yeah, let's go ahead and just finish up with Washington 40 home runs. And we'll put in Larry Walker. I'm kind of curious how that one does. Oh, he didn't even do it. Okay. Darn it. All right, so I am going to check. Did pretty good on the rarity score. Otherwise, I got 11 total for the 7. And the last thing I am going to check. Oh right, to see if like Frillo or Zach Wheat hit 40 home runs. Nope, neither name show up there. So I did good to go with Campanella. All right. Well, that is my grid for today. I feel like I probably took a couple of unnecessary risks. In fact, I certainly did. Um, yeah, I'm sure I would have loved the 40 home run season for Washington anyways. But in any case, 7-9. It's going to be my last grid before moving to or before going on vacation here. And look at that. In the time that we spoke in, Orlando Mercado's percentage rose from 0.002 to 0.006. So someone else out there is in the know. In any case, hope you did well on your grid today, and I will see you next time.